David R. here. Today I'm going to talk to you about this book, The Magic of Thinking Big by David J. SCHWARTZ. I guess the subtitle reads, Acquire the Secrets of Success, Achieve Everything You've Always Wanted. And it goes on from there. You know, there's another book that he wrote, The Magic of Thinking Success. You could read them back to back probably. They contain a lot of the same material, maybe similar, I don't know, like theme and variations. Now this book here will teach you how to launch yourself to success with the power of belief. You got to believe to achieve. How to win success by believing you can succeed. How to defeat disbelief. You can't have disbelief and belief all in one at the same time. You have to pick one or the other. So you don't want disbelief, you want belief. How to think confidently and act confidently. Sit up straight. Chest out. You want good posture. Although I don't think he mentions posture in this book, but you'll want good posture. He says to... You will learn how to stretch your thinking and stimulate your mind. You'll go first class in everything. And you'll discover the secret of mind action. So I'm going to go through this book chapter by chapter and just list a few things that I thought were most important to me. If you read the book, you might find things that are important to you. And maybe the things I'm mentioning don't really touch you in the same way it touched me. But that's okay. We're all different. Now, chapter 1, the title is Believe You Can Succeed and You Will. It's basically have faith. And faith can move mountains. Not a literal mountain. Like debt can be a mountain. Or illness can be a mountain. Divorce is definitely a mountain. Now, I like the quote from Think and Grow Rich, this one here. Whatever the mind of man can conceive and believe it can achieve. Or you could say, whatever the mind can conceive and believe it can achieve, whichever. Keep that in mind. Chapter 2, cure yourself of excusitis, the failure disease. People make excuses for everything, and I've done it myself. For instance, I'm too old, or I'm too short, or maybe I'm too tall. Although I would like to have that one. What else? Or my health isn't good. So all these things keep people from doing whatever it is that they should be doing. They just talk themselves out of it. My dad is great at this. He is great. He has excusitis. He's had it all of his life. He can talk you out of... He can make the greatest thing seem like the worst thing. And that you shouldn't do it because of this. He's like, don't take risks. Don't do anything. That's his philosophy. Chapter 3. Build confidence and destroy fear. Fear is success enemy number 1. It really is. Fear, it's bad. And it can be very, very bad for people who are a little bit sensitive to it. You might even need to take a medication or go to a therapist. Fear is debilitating. He says fear wears people down. It makes people sick. It really does. Action cures fear. So do whatever it is you fear. Do it. Here's a funny thing. I used to have a fear of driving over bridges. Now, I don't know how this happened. I don't know why. It just came on to me one day. I just had a fear of driving over bridges. Now, some bridges I could tolerate better than others. And I would I would go out of my way to go to this certain bridge because it was the only one I could tolerate, even though I would still feel nervous and panicky. And I wouldn't cross any others. I don't know. But the moment I started just going across the damn bridge, and my fear eventually went away. But I had to do it. I had to just go and do it. You see that? Sometimes you have to take the risk. Be careful, though. Drive slow if you have a bridge problem. Chapter 4, how to think big. Use big words, big phrases. Basically, be larger than life. Don't be boring. Although, if you are a boring person or that's what you're comfortable with, then be boring. I don't know. I'm no therapist. But according to the book, if you want to think big, you have to use big words, big phrases. You have to think in pictures or mental images. He says words are the raw materials of thought. Words have power. Seriously, they do. A big thinker visualizes what can be. The big thinker doesn't get trapped in the past or trapped in the present. Big thinker's forward thinker. Chapter 5, how to think and dream creatively. Being creative doesn't mean you have to be a great painter or musician or something. It's just a person who finds new and improved ways to do anything. It's creative thinking. Everybody's creative. It's just how we are. It's how we're made. He says traditional thinking freezes the mind. And there are 3 ways to fight this. The first one is welcome new ideas. Second, break up fixed routines. Like, don't go to the same restaurant or something. Go somewhere different. 3, be progressive, not regressive. Chapter 6, you are what you think you are. To be important, you have to think you're important. You have to feel important. You have to act important. You have to dress important. You have to totally believe it. That's how it goes. You fake it till you make it. I like that. You fake it till you make it. I think that's a good quote. He says to tell yourself you're important. That's a given. I mean, if you're acting important, you're probably already telling yourself, even with just body language, nonverbals, you're talking to yourself, telling yourself that you are important. Chapter 7, manage your environment. Go first class. He says, mind food is all the things that influence our conscious and subconscious minds. He says to avoid thought poison like gossip and get psychological sunshine. Psychological sunshine is a good one. That is just stimulating your mind with, I say, books, classical music, like Mozart. I like foreign films, but I also watch films that are more current. But if you really want to stimulate your mind, you've got to step out of the box, go to a play or go to an opera. Operas are amazing. You got to do something different. Get the psychological sunshine. Chapter 8, make your attitudes your allies. He says attitudes are the mirrors to the mind. They reflect what you are thinking. So be enthusiastic about everything, even things that you're not so interested in. If you're doing something that you're not quite so interested in, dig deeper. Do some research on it. Because There's probably something interesting about it. But, yeah, be enthusiastic. I like that. I'm enthusiastic about a lot of things. And so I automatically think everybody else is, but that's not always the case. And that's okay. Chapter 9, think right toward people. Like it or not, whether you're a loner or whatever you are, you need people. We all need people. He says a seller needs a customer. A politician needs a voter. That's true. We all need each other. That's a fact. I don't care how rich you are or how poor you are. It doesn't matter. We all need each other. Chapter 10, get the action habit. He says successful people are activationists. Activationists. They are people that take action. And that's what it's really about. Just doing something. Just taking action. You know, if you're 500 pounds and you want to lose 100, you got to start. You just start. Start. Start losing. Just start right now. Immediately. Don't make excuses. Just do it. Chapter 11. How to turn defeat into victory. He says, when Mr. Skid Row got knocked down, he stayed down. When Mr. Mediocre got knocked down, he got onto his knees but crawled away and kind of hid someplace safe. When Mr. Success got knocked down, he got right back up and got right back into the game. You know, just get up. Just get up. You're going to fail. There are aspects of life that are going to drag you down and you're going to fail. I thought I was a really great musician years ago. When I was 17 years old, I started playing piano. Just started. and I advanced quickly. But then I decided to go to college. Like a year later, I think it was. It was bad. Music theory was was a disaster. I failed the first time around. Then I took the class again, and I think I got a C or something. But years later, I started to compose music on my own and started to study music on my own. And a really amazing teacher at a university nearby happened to see something that I wrote, and he gave me free private lessons. That's how far I had advanced. Now, I don't think he knew, I don't think I ever told him how much of a failure I was before. But I didn't let it bring me down. Just kept going because I knew I wanted to do it. And that's how you have to be. Chapter 12, use goals to help you grow. Yeah, goals are important. You want to set achievable goals. You know, you want to have a little goal, and then you want to have maybe a big goal, but you want to achieve the little goals, and then that makes up the whole. You see what I'm talking about? Break it down. Break it down into parts. Do what you can, and then advance, and then do that, and then advance. He says that progress is made one step at a time. It's true. Like a house is built one brick at a time, or whatever they're made of today. Every big accomplishment is a series of little accomplishments, like I said. Chapter 13, how to think like a leader. He says leaders go into solitude. They need to be alone to think about problems and to solve them. I agree. You need to get rid of all the distractions for a while. Turn off your phone, turn off everything. Don't be around anybody. And think about your problem. Think about the solution. And you'll be good. That's how leaders do things. Maybe not all of them, but I'm sure a lot of them do. In conclusion, so the author states, when people try to drag you down, think big. When the I haven't got what it takes feeling creeps in, think big. When you feel defeated, think big. And I say, think big.